Welcome back to the Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. I'm Ernest, and we've got an emergency call out for a vehicle that won't start. We've actually got two today, so you may see one of them, you may see both. But we're going to go ahead and do this first one. Today we've got a no start video. So I'm going to grab a few of my go-to tools for no starts. I'll maybe go over those as well. All the tools I use are in the description. These will be in the description now. Somebody sent me these, are awesome. Oh, here's a sneak peek on some future sponsorships. These little silicone mats. So I'll be talking about this in a future video. We've got to set up a link for them, but these are awesome. And if you can guess what these are, good for you. If not, in a future video I'll talk about what these do, and it's pretty cool. So we'll get our go-to tools for no start. Just put them in our basket here. Code reader, battery load tester, jumper box, some wrenches, and then we'll get our test light and stuff as well. Wrong drawer. Here's our test light. Okay, that'll do it. Probably get some carb cleaner just to have some gloves. Oh yeah, this is what I wanted to get. Battery stuff. Oh, where's my battery cleaner thing? Here it is. Rags. We've got our wrenches. We'll grab some felts because these get replaced often, and we'll be good to go. This video, it's not like a sponsored video. In fact, I actually don't know how those work too much, but coming up, and I'll mention these in future videos as well. Somebody, I guess, who's just sponsoring the channel is Rexing dash cams. And so they've got these super awesome dash cams. I don't even think I have to talk about it for a certain amount of time or not. But basically, I mean, this thing's recording 24/7. It's plugged into power, and you know, it records on a loop. It can also record, you know, if you get in a crash or something. It has sensors inside of it, like a GPS and everything, telling you exactly what's going on. There's a good look at it. Yeah, so they've got a bunch of different dash cam models. They sent me a few of these, one to put in my vehicle and then some to give away in the giveaway because they're just super nice. Again, I didn't even like ask for a ton of extra cameras or anything. They just wanted to, you know, I guess get the word out about their product. And so it's pretty cool. I've always wanted a dash cam in the truck, so now I've got one. Like I said, it just plugs straight into power. They give you this long cord so you can wrap it around your dash or whatever in your car. Here, I'm just gonna kind of tuck it in here. But anyways, you can take pictures or video, and yeah, just adjust the camera angle. So depending on your windshield or whatever, you can make the camera angle different. So it, you know, in theory, it should fit every vehicle. And there's a link, I'll put it in the description down below. If you buy one, then if you use the code ROADRESCUE, I believe is what we came up with, then they'll give me 15% of the sale, so you can help support the channel if you're interested in getting a dash cam. Like I said, I've always wanted one, I just had never gotten one. And this company's super cool. I've been talking to them for a few weeks, and they sent me like the products, and they're like, we'll just send you some really nice dash cams. And they have, like, you know, more reviews than anybody on Amazon, like 10,000 5-star reviews or something. So they sell a lot of their products, but they're like, yeah, we'll send you, you know, some of our dash cams. And I was looking at their products, and they have like trail cams and body cams, which people have said I should get a body cam for like when I'm, you know, doing deals with people, so everything's recorded. But you know, I just have the GoPro. But they also have like night vision binoculars and stuff. So just a super good company. The people I've dealt with there are awesome, and their dash cams are super good quality. I think they record in 4K. It hasn't overheated, which, you know, the GoPro always overheats in the sun. This has been on the dash running nonstop for days in the sun, and never overheated. So might be getting a little long. Again, I don't think I had to talk for any particular amount of time about it, but those are those dash cams. I'll put the link in the description, and I'll mention them in future videos as well. But if you want to support the channel and you're interested in getting a dash cam, then check them out. Link in the description, at the top of the description. And yeah, they're also supporting the giveaway. So if you win the giveaway, the next 2 giveaways, there will be a dash cam in it. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so here we are. Apparently they had broke down at somewhere else the other day and had the starter replaced. If you can see it down there, it's new. And now it's having the same issue. It's not starting again. So we're gonna go ahead and just test everything, make sure that starter is working. We'll test the battery and test the connection. I've seen a lot of times, I've mentioned this several times, but the starter will get misdiagnosed or replaced or whatever, but a lot of times there's just a bad connection on the battery here. It doesn't look too dirty, so we'll just triple check everything and see if we can get it figured out. Okay, so this is pretty conclusive here. Listen, if you can tell what's going on. You hear that starter working just fine, but it's not engaging, so that solenoid's not working. I'm gonna tap on it a little bit, see if I can get it to kick in there, and then I'll talk to them and see what they want to do. If they had it replaced by somebody else and it's under warranty, then they will obviously want to have them replace it. If they want me to pull it out for them so they can go get a new one and put it in themselves or whatever, we'll update you, but that's gonna be just that solenoid there. This is a super simple diagnosis. Since I can hear it just nice and strong, obviously it's a new starter. I'll clean up that connection for them just a bit and put some silicone on it, but that's a diagnosis well done. I'll also tap on it and I'll let you know if we can get this started or not, but usually you can. We'll see. I guess we want to make sure that it's actually seated up correctly, which it is, and we'll see if that does the trick. Ya lo encontré. Estoy averiguando si lo puedo prender o no. Es el burro. We'll do this. All right, so here we are. This video is going to be brought to you by the channel members who support the channel on a monthly basis. If you're interested in helping out people who are less fortunate in fixing their cars, this is going to be one of those videos. I'll use my discretion to decide who gets those, but this is a super nice lady I've met before. They just replaced their starter the other day. Her and her boyfriend went through a lot of trouble replacing it, and the solenoid has gone out on this starter. So I'm going to do them the favor of just charging them very cheap, basically just to cover my gas, to get up here and replace this for them, and the rest of my labor will be provided for by the channel members. So a million thanks to the channel members. Again, if you're interested in supporting that, check out the memberships down below. You'll get behind the scenes perks about videos that I've never put out that weren't quite complete. You'll get to help decide what goes on in future videos, and you'll most importantly help support people who are just a little bit down on their luck in these hard times and in any time. So without further ado, we're going to get this starter out and get it replaced for them with one that is working correctly. The solenoid went out, so we got to take it back to the parts store and get one that is engaging on that solenoid. So we'll triple check everything, make sure the solenoid wire is connected and not you know, broken or anything. Make sure that that everything's working as it should. So I guess we'll have it tested when we go back to the auto parts store anyways, just to double check. I always do that, but we'll dig into this and get the starter out of here. Yeah, I mean, it's good for people to work on their own cars, especially when you're having hard times, but there's just a lot of things going on right here that are just not quite in place how they should be. These hose clamps were loose. They couldn't get their air filter box seated all the way down. If you can see, you know, it's good for people to work on their own cars, especially whenever, you know, you're having hard times and stuff. But there's just a few things here that weren't quite adding up. And maybe that's not the right term, but like the air filter box wasn't seated down all the way, so you're going to get a lot of unfiltered air in there. These hose clamps weren't tight, so obviously, you know, they're just trying to do the best they could with what they have. But this is definitely one of those ones. I'm more than happy to help somebody out, just knowing that, you know, maybe they might not have all the know-how to get everything back in place exactly right, and so it'll give me a lot of peace of mind, and hopefully you guys as well, just knowing that this is all put back together correctly for them, and they're not going to have some serious issues later on from just a couple of missteps. Yeah, here's another one. I noticed earlier when I drove up, I was looking at this, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell that in a video. I was looking at this connector wasn't plugged in. I just realized now when I said that, I'm like, oh, that probably just never got plugged back in from getting worked on, and obviously it hasn't. I found the plug sitting right here, so there's just another thing. You know, nothing against anybody, but just good to know that we can help these people out and get everything back together correctly. And I was just planning on doing a diagnosis, so I just have my small toolkit with me today. So everything I'm doing here is going to be with just a super basic toolkit that I got at AutoZone. Here's a look at it. But again, when I traveled to Kentucky and Georgia, and Kentucky and Tennessee, and worked on family members' cars, that was pretty much the only toolkit I used. So sometimes that's all you need, but my electric ratchet and stuff would come in handy when I'm just sitting here loosening up a couple bolts. I'm just double checking everything as well, just to make sure everything gets put back together better than when I found it. So like this, some of this stuff's just not even tightened down. It's all finger tight. So again, nothing against anybody. It's good to work on your own vehicles, but you just need to be careful sometimes, especially when you work on really important things like brakes, that you know what you're doing. Seconds file. All right, so we got the starter back in. I was gonna do everything all the way through, but the GoPro's having some issues. We'll see if it's last this time, but I got it out in like 10 minutes. It's been like 2 minutes. Everything's going back together, so we'll be done in like 5 minutes, and I'll show you that it's working. Okay, there she is running. Started up just with no problems. I'm gonna test their alternator for them real quick because she said it felt kind of weak. But that's it. This is Roadside Rescue YouTube channel. Thanks to the channel members who sponsored this video. This is a job well done. Thanks again. Consider subscribing. Consider becoming a channel member to sponsor videos like this and help people who need it. We'll see you on the next episode.